Hello, guys. We are back. I see people are on. I see Kay Sampson. You're on. I have to look on my phone because I can't see it here anymore. Something's been going on with StreamYard that we're unable to see who all is here. It says Facebook user all the way across. So let me see here. Who do we have? We have Kay on. Jamie is on. Kim is on. Manuel is on. Hey. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's day 5. Excited to have you here. If you're joining and you're watching the replay, put in #replay. So we're here, Maureen and Alexis. We're your high performance coach. We've been leading you through your 5-day Limitless Leader Accelerator workshop. And you guys have been doing the work, and we're really excited to have you. All right. So I see more people are joining. We've got Fritz is back. Our buddy Fritz, he's back. Back in We're excited to see you. All right, let's go. Alexis, we can go ahead and get started. I think people are still joining, but we can go.
Yeah. Holy smokes, this week went by so fast. I cannot get over. I mean, workshop weeks go by so quickly, like you blink and it's Friday and we're here. And I just want to remind you guys, if you only joined halfway through, if you're just joining us today for the first time, all of the sessions are going to be up until Tuesday of next week. Best way to access them is to go into the units. They're really nicely organized in there. Sometimes the feed with so many people contributing and engaging, which we love, posts get kind of knocked all over the place. So go to the units. You can check out every single day all of the sessions that we've had this week. If you're new again, you can still go and register and get that workbook so that you can go through in the replay and mark down all the different tools and things and your notes that we've shared with you all this week. And if you don't have a concierge, still not too late, pop it in the chat that you need a concierge, and we will get you hooked up with somebody on our team that can be there to support you and provide you and guide you to all the resources and all of the guidance that you may need. So.
Yeah. Fritz was saying we covered a lot of material. We did cover a lot of material.
Yes, we are fast talkers, fast movers. We like to give you as much as possible. We've packed in so much this week. And, our hope is that you guys can immediately start to use some of these strategies, some of these tools, or even just a shift in perspective that can help you deepen your relationships with those that are important to you, that are around you, or help you in your productivity, or even making decisions. So we will talk a little bit more about the bonus sessions that are to come this week at the end. So stick around for that. But let's start with just a really quick recap as to what we've covered this week. We're talking about going from high achievers, right? Everyone here, you are high achievers. You're doing the things. We want to take you from high achiever to a limitless leader and really expand your mindset, expand your perspective, and all those opportunities that are out there for you. So day 1, we talked about clarity and mindset as being the foundation that we build our successful life on. And we talked about those 3 key areas of clarity of self, social clarity, and clarity of skills. And we know that limitless leaders are crystal clear on who they are and how they're showing up. So we did a deep dive into that day 1.
And and just to add to that, remember, for those of you who have been saying that, I'm dealing with confidence, I'm dealing with procrastination, I'm dealing with productivity, I'm dealing with all of the, the fear, the imposter syndrome, that is all deeply rooted into having clarity of self. Right? It's when we're people pleasing or perfectionists or overachievers, we've talked about this, then what happens is we lose who it is that we really are and who it is that we want to be. And, just a quick tip on that, think about the people who have been an influence in your life. What qualities or values, who are they being that has you so attracted to them? It could be a celebrity, it could be a family member, it could be a colleague, it could be a manager, it could be anybody in your community. Think about who are those people that you're like, oh, I wish I could be more like them. Like admiring them to the point that you want to adapt maybe some of those values or qualities. This is really important stuff. And if you're dealing with imposter syndrome, being able to speak up, the confidence, being influential, then really dig deep here and go back and listen. We're going to have these up until end of day Tuesday. Go back to day 1, listen to it again. Now that you've gone through the 5, we recommend to our clients, like, go back and listen to it again, because you'll never know what you'll discover once again in that area. Something in yourself, how you're showing up with others, the social clarity, and then your clarity of skill, right? And I think just to make sure that you understand the clarity of skill is thinking back of when you were successful, when you were accomplishing things. I had a conversation with a med student who's now, she's a doctor and a physician now, but when she was a med student, she said she was very much on point with her meals, her exercise, her health. And I was like, well, what was it? She said, because she had made sure she was very focused. She made sure her calendar was really focused to what she needed to get done. And she made sure she balanced all her goals. And a lot of that time, she didn't have a whole lot of time to waste because she was in med school. So she created a structure. And I said, so how can you take that? Who are you being at that point to start applying it to your current goals? And that's when she was like, okay, I know what I need to do. Great. So start putting those together. So very, very important. Go back and listen to day 1 if you haven't listened to it, or if you did listen to it, go back and listen to it. If you're still struggling with, I don't really know who I am or what my purpose is, and really dig deep here and look at that. And if you're still stuck, that's what we're here for, guys. Book a call. We can help you. There's other things that we have a short amount of time to go over. We do a whole week or 2 over just clarity, because there's a lot to dig into that. So we can help you with that. If that's something you're specifically wanting to work on, give us a call. The concierge will put our calendar link so you can book that call with us this weekend, and we can help you through that. Okay.
Awesome. Yes, so important. Like clarity, like we say, foundation, we always start with it. Day 2, we talked about evaluating those opportunities. And we know there are plenty that come in and out of our lives, probably on a daily, if not minute-to-minute basis. And so we gave you a couple, my favorite formula that is tried and true that I go back to all the time, the terms formula. We've also got the automatic no tactic, which was shifting your perspective and making no your default. And then we talked with the opportunity evaluator, which is another set of questions to help you really kind of weed through, those 2 options that might be presenting themselves to you and you're not sure which direction to go in. Limitless leaders have the tools they need to confidently make decisions that align with their own values and their own goals. That's right? That is really, really key. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it is a great opportunity. It might make you some money. It might make you some, new friends. It might allow you to do some things that you haven't done in a while. But if it's not in alignment with, what you're working on right now, what you have deemed to be most important, then that needs to be a no for right now, right? Doesn't mean it's a no forever. It just means that it's a no for right now because you are laser focused on where you're headed.
Yeah. I'm going to add to that too. Okay?
Yeah.
I just was on a team call today. In my consulting. And in that team call, we had a project that came up, and we already have our goals lined out for the year, right? So I'm like, guys, are you sure this is what we're going to do? And that's what we did. We did the formula. We went through and we did a collaborative as a team. Very, very important. If you manage a team, include them in the decision making. If you want their buy-in, if you want to be influential, if you want to have them confident in what direction that they're going, include them in using these tools, the automatic no tactic, the high performance institute formula, the 4 key questions for opportunity, and really have them focus in, what is it that you guys want to do collaboratively as a team? And is it going to get you to your goals that you're wanting to get to? Or is it something fluff that it's a nice to do thing that maybe it's not something you need to work on now and you can go back to it later? Or maybe there's more pressing things that need to happen first. So really important to use these same tools you can use for yourself in your personal life. You can use in your professional life, your business, your team building, whatever it is. This is really, really important. If you want to be confident and influential, key tools that you can use that you can bring into your team building. and really get clear on what goals you're going after. And if you haven't already taken advantage of inviting 5 people to get, I didn't print it out. Sorry, I didn't put it in front of me, but it's the goal assessment tool. I'm sorry, I thought I had it printed out in front of me, but there's a goal assessment tool that has key 10 questions to ask yourself about your goal, which I use with my team, that do we have all the things in place to make sure that we're successful in reaching this goal? If you haven't taken advantage of that, the way you get that free tool is you invite 5 people into our group, into the workshop. They have all through the weekend until end of day Tuesday to do all the workshop, and you get this free tool that you get to use with your teams for yourself in any area that you're wanting to make sure that you have everything that you need to achieve your goal. All right. That's
all right. Yeah. Recapping day 3, we did balancing your goals, balancing your life. We talked about the productivity planner and the importance of planning, the CEO secret weapon, and time blocking your calendar, honoring that calendar, because limitless leaders master their calendars and take responsibility for their progress. Right? Yeah. Take responsibility for their progress. It's not a post and pray, a hope and wish that if I just, do these things that these things will happen. They take responsibility for it and are really, it's part of life, right? Like a high performer, a limitless leader, their calendar, I was going to say schedule and calendar at the same time. Their calendar is, it guides it all, right? And we talked about that idea of not wanting to plan your whole life. And I saw a few comments pop up saying, when I schedule, I actually have more freedom. And it is so true. Like, as somebody who, I love being spontaneous, I love adventure, I love just picking up and going somewhere, whenever the urge strikes me. But when I've started to plan, I've actually found that I enjoy it even more because I know I've gotten the things I needed to get accomplished during the week done. So my weekend or whatever day that might be that I have set aside, my planned spontaneity is amazing. And I enjoy it because I don't have those things rolling around my brain like, oh, I didn't do this. Remember to do this on Monday.
Yeah.
Day 4.
I'm going to interrupt you. I have something to say about this. Because something came up actually today as we were coming up with our goals. And, we talk about the CEO's secret weapon, productivity, and how to really make it. Why is it that in businesses or CEOs or managers or directors, why is it that they plan out, okay, we're going to meet every week on this? Why is it that they plan out that they're going to meet every other week, monthly, quarterly? Because they want to make sure that they stay out there. They time block to make sure that they have accountability. They rally up the team, and they have this action plan. What is the goal? Think about that for your life, people. There's a reason why these CEOs, celebrities, these high people that you probably look up to, that they're functioning at the way that they are, is because they took a page out of the CEO's book and they're applying it to their life. And you can now do that because we've taught that to you. Right? So if it's not with yourself that you're having that meeting, then make sure that you have either mentor, what did you call it? Mentor, 3 friends, or a coach, right? You want to make sure that you have that already set up for yourself and hold integrous to that yourself. You need to have integrity within yourself to make sure that you're reaching those. Very key thing. Yes, Sadia. She said yes. Sadia, like she's one of our clients. Phenomenal, the progress that she's made. She's actually going to come on later on this evening if you want to hear about her progress in the Limitless Accelerator program. Limitless Leaders, talk about Limitless to a whole nother level. So she's really expanded herself. 3 promotions within 18 months. Yeah, 3 promotions, job promotions, 18 months, and starting a side hustle and doubling her clients within, was it 7 months? Yeah, 7 months, I think, time. You can talk about it tonight, Sadia. But you want to talk about having a limitless lifestyle. She took the keys, she took the tools, she's got the accountability of our community, and she's applying it and going forth with it every day, right? So that's why we talked about, balancing your goals with your life, with your ambitions, very, very important in order to build that momentum that you want to stack on, right? That stack on that productivity, the positivity. And I love what you said. If you're not in our mindset 30-day challenge, which is wrapping up tomorrow, Alexa says, positive people are productive. So think about that. If you've got a lot of negativity or negative mindset, or I'm not doing this, or I forgot to do that, or I'm procrastinating, think about how you're speaking to yourself and what kind of positive community you have around yourself. And if you don't have that, then we're going to be talking about that, how you can create that for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that you brought that up, because we love talking productivity. Like, I think when we go through it in our program, you do, Sadia.
Totally rocks.
We love talking about crushing goals. We love celebrating that with you. But, opening that business, getting that promotion, landing that client, doing all those things, being able to have that vacation or buy that extra home, whatever it is, they're amazing. But they're not worth it if you're doing that at the expense of your relationships, at the expense of your health, right? You've got that beautiful holiday home now, but your health is so poor, you can't even enjoy it. You can't go for the hike. You can't, So we really make it a point to not lose sight of all those other key areas. And it's like, how do you get all of it, right? I grew up believing that I was a girl that could have it all, and I still do, right? It is an absolute sort of lifestyle, and it is a way of thinking. And this is really what's at the heart of all of this, is getting all of those things. And again, it's not the material, right? It's making sure that you're getting the material things that we love, but not at the expense of the things that are truly important, that are easy to lose sight of, because we're with our families every day, especially now, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I see you every day. But are you having those quality conversations? Are you having that quality time with them? It doesn't matter if they're in your face every day. If you're not making the time and really connecting and deepening that relationship, right? It's not going to develop or grow or sustain. So super, super key. And then yesterday we talked about taking your next bold move, and we want you to be a quitter, right? What are those things you're still doing out of obligation or because you think it's expected of you that no longer align? Now that you've gotten real clear on who you are, these things they no longer have a place on your calendar. They no longer need to take up space in your life. What can you quit? And maybe this is an actual thing, and maybe it is a way of thinking, right? Maybe you have to quit trying to control everything in your household and actually allow the help, right? From your kids, from your partner. My kids are 7 and 3, and they have chores. Like, it may not be perfect, but it does help the household, and it's teaching them a lesson. So don't think, oh, my kids are so young, I can't get them. Yes, you can. And that's a whole other conversation.
I'm sorry. You get cute little 3-year-old Decky doing chores.
He makes most of the mess. So yes, he has chores.
Check out her Instagram, Alexis Lenehan. Yeah. Oh my God, he's so cute.
He's got to be that cute because he's a tornado.
So make him do work. He's so cute. Let him just have it.
But and then we talked about, so what are, be a powerful quitter, quit things fast. Don't quit them because they're hard, but quit them because they're not right. And then, maybe if you are quitting, taking control and having to do everything yourself, you recognize the power in tapping into Team Genius. And we talked about, really leveraging the expertise, the skills, the mindset, the perspective of those around you, and really being intentional in building that community that is there to support you, that you can learn from, and that you can leverage in achieving your goals. Because limitless leaders recognize the power of community and leverage the talents around them. Yeah. So key.
With that, if you are a team leader, or if you are a manager, you run a company, whatever it is, if you've got people that are part of your team, okay, you're a team leader, right? I don't know why I'm making it complicated, but have the conversation with them and say, list out all the things that are on your plate. right? Right now, I'm working with a manager who's on a succession plan. He's retiring. So we're listing out all the things that are on his plate. How can we start divvying those up across his team? And so we laid it out. What does it entail? How much time? Whatever it is, whatever the details is. And then asked them, like, who wants to take these on? And they started signing up. Well, I don't mind doing that because I do that anyway. Or I don't mind doing that. I do that anyway. It's like, you don't have to do it all. If you don't allow people to contribute, then stop complaining that you're having to do it all, right? Then make an opportunity for other people. You never know. They may be able to do a better job because they have more time than you do, right? And you could just be following up, right? Okay, you're going to take it over. I'd like to just stay in touch with you once a month, just get caught up on it. Or if you can, brief us on it on our staff call where you are on it. It's so easy to do that. Even with your relationship with your spouse, if you feel like you're doing all of the heavy lifting and doing all of the things, then you can have that conversation. I'll say, there's a lot on my plate. So there's some things, or like this week, I'm working on this workshop. I told my husband, I was like, I have a lot going on this week. My work, I've got the workshop, we got things going on. And so he's like, okay, how can I help you? I was like, these are the things, like dinner can be taken care of, if lunch can be taken care of, if, the kids one of them has to go somewhere, if you can make sure that they get all that lined up, I'm good. He's like, okay, got it. He's like, and I was like, oh, but on this day I can do this, and this day I can do. You make it work. You're a team. It's not just in your workplace or ambition. It's also with your family, even with the kids, right? Or my kids are older, and they're not 3, they're 17 and 14, but I can delegate to them as well. And sometimes they can happily do it, like graphic designing, website designing, stuff like that. They like to do it. Video editing. You just never know. There are endless possibilities. You just have to put it out there and ask. You never know who would be interested in contributing. So very, very important. All right. So that wraps up the recap for the last 4 days. Shall we go into day 5? What we're all here for? Are you all ready to move forward with conviction? Who's ready to move forward with conviction and get powerful in what it is that you want? Like really setting those goals, those outreaching goals, those goals that to you right now may feel like are not achievable. If you are one of those, you want to scale your business, for example, to maybe it's a monetary thing, right? Maybe you're doing 5 figures right now and you want to go to 6 figures, or you're 6 figures, you want to go to 7 figures. You're at that point. Or maybe you are in a role at work and you want to now get to the VP level and you want to come up with a plan. Like, how do I have that conversation? Or maybe for your family, you want to be able to accomplish to have, 3 vacations, or pay off debt, pay off the house, whatever those big goals are for you, whatever they are, maybe it's in your health and fitness, put those down. We've got that on the worksheet. We've got on day 5 at the bottom, start putting down what those big goals are and put them put it in the chat, get it out there. I always tell people, I was like, don't hide your goals. Let people know what you're up to, because you'll be surprised. The more you start saying it out there, the more your brain hears it, the more you start working towards it. You write it out, you put it somewhere. I have our goals written out right here. I think I wrote it in, when did I write this? Alexa, I wrote this in November. I wrote it out that these are our goals for our business, and it's right here, and I look at it every day. And I know what we're achieving. We create our entire plan around that. And so we're very, very laser focused. And if anything that comes in our way, we know that what we need to do, like we need to go through the whole opportunity evaluator. Is this something that we need to focus on right now? Or is this down the line? Is this Q3, Q4, right? Start looking at your big goals. Write them down. Let me make sure I'm covering everything here. Yeah, these are not your to-do list, okay? We don't want you to, we talked about this with the productivity planner. We're talking about big goals, and it could be 5 years out, and you may space it out that there's 5 milestones to there, and maybe each year you're getting to another phase, or maybe every 6 months you're getting to another phase of it, right? So, and then you take those milestones and then you start making your weekly and monthly to-do list, okay? If you don't have that and you're just making to-do list for the week and you don't have a broader view, then you can end up going array. The next week you could wake up and start making a whole new list that may not be aligned to what that future is because you'll forget about it. Very, very important that you start writing out what that is ultimately for you. If you're a coach and you want to have, maybe you have 10 clients right now, but you want to get to 100, maybe by the end of the year, right? So that now that's at the end of the year. So maybe you want to say, okay, I've got 10 now. I want to have 25 by this date. I want to have 65 by this date, and I want to have 90 by this date. You know, whatever that it looks like, how many do I want to add each quarter, however you want to do it. And then what are the things in between that you're going to start doing to get you there, right? Then you start making your task list, your to-dos. So make sure those are big, big goals and dreams that you have for yourself. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. So if you don't even know how to accomplish them, still write them down. You know, I had a coach through one of my courses that I did, and I would always go, but I don't know how, And he's like, okay. He's like, why are you stuck on the how? Why are you stuck on the how? Because I'm a perfectionist. I'm an overachiever. I need to know how so I can get there faster. He goes, if you're stuck on the how, you're coming from the past. You're making it seem like it's something that you need to create from something you know. If it's not something you know, you're not going to know the how. Now, what you can do is tap into your community and find out who has done it. It's not the how, it's the who. Right? It's not the how, it's the who. To flip that how around, right? WHO. Okay? Now you find out who has done it and you start to follow them. What did they do? Ask them if they can be your mentor. Tell them what you're up to. Maybe they can guide you to get there faster, right? Why do people hire coaches? They hire coaches because they find the one that is where they want to be and they want to get there faster, right? So I hired a coach that it took them 5 years or 6 years to get to where they are. I don't want to go 5-6 years to get there and make all the mistakes. I want to learn from her mistakes and her to get me there in 1 year, right? So that's what you want to look for in a coach. If you can find a coach that can get you there faster and you're like, I want to have the confidence, I want to be the team builder, I want to be, whatever it is that you're aspiring to do, then that's the type of coach you want to be looking for, right? And don't let these things stop you. I want you to write down what has stopped you so far from reaching these goals. What are those limiting things? What are those imposter syndrome, limiting beliefs that you have about it? Oh, it's not for me. Maybe it's you're scared. A lot of times procrastination, these things come from fear. And we talk about this a lot with our clients, is there's a lot of fear behind procrastinating. What else is there? Like stopping yourself. Perfectionism, there's a lot of fear, right? You want everything perfect because you want to look good. There's a fear of looking bad. And the thing is, if everybody's afraid of looking bad and just worried about looking good all the time, then we wouldn't all be here where we are, right? If I had a fear of getting in front of the camera or to be having, almost 1,500 people in here watching, right? Then I wouldn't be showing up and being able to help you to where you need to go. Alexis and I wouldn't be able to show up, right? So
yeah. This came up in our call this week, and they said, I'm sometimes afraid to start or to take that step because I'm afraid that I'm going to be judged. And I said, spoiler alert, you will be judged. When you show up, when you start working on your dreams, when you start sharing with the world the message that's on your heart, people are going to judge you. That is as inevitable as taxes and death is judgment on social media, right? So, but knowing that is powerful, right? Knowing that, and there's a great quote. I love these quotes, but I often butcher them. But there's a great quote that says, you're never going to be criticized by somebody that's doing more than you are. Oh, I think I got it, right? You're never going to be criticized by somebody who's doing more than you are. So with that in my head, when somebody wants to come down on me, when a troll comes on and posts some nasty remarks in the comments, I'm already expecting it, right? I'm already expecting it. And it does not affect me in the way that it would if I was just hoping that everyone was going to love everything that I had to say, right? So, when we're talking about the things that are maybe have stopped you from achieving your goals, also, what are the things that have stopped you from even starting? Like even taking that first step. And that's, what Marie mentioned is that fear, right? The fear of the unknown, the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, all those things come up. So dig into them, right? And figure out what is it that's stopping you and how do you move forward and how do you move forward confidently?
Yeah. For those of you who are hit that glass ceiling in your income, right? What you're getting paid if you're a salaried employee. For those of you that are stuck there, it's really a limiting thought because it's all just a conversation to be had with HR, with your manager. Somebody was asking me, like, how did you do that? How did you double your income in 5 years? I was like, you have to get creative. You got to speak the language. You got to speak up for yourself. Think about the people who are up there. They speak up for themselves. Everybody's worried about tooting their own. They have to worry about tooting their own horn, unfortunately. But that takes confidence. That takes clarity, and being okay with what skills you don't have. I just had a conversation. We're doing some reorging, so with the HR, and so we were talking about like these are the skill sets that I do have. These are the skill sets that I don't have. Really don't have interest in developing that, but I would like to fill that role up, right? Because that will help leverage, because that's not something that I find joy in doing. So I need to look for somebody that can do that particular job so that it complements what I'm doing and lifts our team up to that next level, right? So think about it that way. If there's something that you're really good at, why coaches also join? Why do coaches hire coaches? You think, oh, well, coaches know everything. Not necessarily. They may be really, really good at, let me think about one. Give me a coach. Okay, career coaching. They may be really good at career coaching on how to do the resume, how to speak to your manager, how to do the interviews, but they may not be very good at maybe the health aspect of it. So they hire a health coach. Or a sleep coach. Maybe they don't sleep well, so they hire a sleep coach, right? So I'm trying to think about somebody else that said they hired. Well, we hired a coach. We talked about it already. We hired a coach for our business. Why wouldn't we? Because we know that we're good at in our confidence, what we are doing, what our clients get from it. But what we need is somebody to help us build our model, who's done it. And we've seen the model, and we want that model. We want it to go in that same direction. But I don't want to sit there and try and figure it out. You tell me. You've already done the work. You tell me. I'll pay you to tell me what it is. It's just like going and getting a certification. Why do people go get certifications? Because they're investing in themselves for that skill set, because it up levels them when they go for that next job or that next opportunity. So once you get guys to really understand the mindset around why people hire coaches, and if you're a coach, you've already identified what you're an expert in, and you know where the gaps are for you, right? You know where the gaps are for you. And so you start to build in, the coach that you need there, right? So think about that even for yourself as we're going to go through the opportunity evaluator, which we're going to bring back over here. Yeah, building momentum. Yeah, if you want to build momentum, also is having that accountability, making sure you have the skill set. Did I miss anything else on this, Alexis? I kind of went out of order on my notes here.
No, just, when you're thinking about these goals, think about everything that you've learned this week, all the tools that we've shared, all the strategies, what tools can you use to move yourself forward, right? What tools can you use to take that next step, make that next decision, right? We had so much great feedback from you guys saying, oh, that was amazing. Great formula. This is such a cool tool. Okay, then use it, right? They're there to be used. Don't just love it for the day and then forget that you were even exposed to it. So what tools can you really start using in your life, moving you forward to help get you closer to that goal, to achieving that dream, whatever it may be?
Yes, I see. Vanessa says, Yes, hire a coach. It saves time. Don't let limiting beliefs stop you from achieving your goals.
Yes.
Right on. Right on. Right? Okay, so I want you all to pull this out again, the opportunity evaluator. Okay, now that you know what your goal is, your big goal is, okay, and you know why you want that goal, right? You know why you want it. You know what your goal is. You wrote it down on the bottom of session 5 of your worksheet, right, of your workbook. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about doing this on your own or with your current community that you have. Or like we invited you yesterday, we extended an invitation to all of you high achievers out there who are now becoming limitless leaders by using these tools, that if you want to surround yourself with this community that we have, or you know a community that you want to be a part of already, right? You may have been searching for a while, then let's go through this and see what that options would be. So option A, let's do option A is really just doing with what you have right now, whatever community you have right now or don't have right now, that you try to achieve these goals with the community you have.
Yeah,
and
option B, what you're doing.
What?
You just keep doing what you're doing. Maybe that's Google, maybe that's taking courses here and there. Option A is doing it by yourself. Option B?
Option B is having the community that's going to support you. And maybe that's our community, our limitless community that we have here. Or maybe it's a community you already have been thinking about in the back of your head that you want to be with. Maybe it's a career coach. Maybe it's a business coach. Maybe it's a health coach, whoever. If it's not us, it's someone, right? So let's talk about what that looks like. Let's do the first one, number 1, impact. Which option, is it option A or option B, leads to the greatest positive impact in your life? Okay, so think about the positive impact. With what you're doing now, are you maintaining that positivity? Rate yourself between 1 to 5. Don't use 3. We've talked about that. We got to go back and put an X on that one. Put an X on 3s. Everywhere you see 3s, put an X on it. Is it a 1 or 2? Is it a 4 or 5? In your current state, which options out of that do you have the support that you need, the positive support? If it's a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Now, if you were in a limitless community like ours, or another community that you have in mind, whichever you put in option B, rate yourself. Would that community have the greatest positive impact in your life right now? 1 or 2 or 4 or 5. Okay. Now the emotion part of it. Which option feels right to you and pulls your heart? Like, if you've been in here and I've seen some of the comments that you've been struggling, like, this is exactly what I needed. I needed to hear this. This is like really shifted me. So a lot of our clients that are working with us, they went through a workshop similar to this, and they were like, oh my God, this is what has been missing. And now during the workshop, and we'll have one of our clients come on, like, they gained 3 clients during the workshop because they took action. They did the homework, they took action. So is it option A, you keep doing what you're doing, rate yourself from 1 to 5, and you'll be able to achieve your goals? Or option B, you join a community that works for you, that supports you, that has the accountability, that teaches you the tool and stays with you for a whole year, right? There's a lot of communities out there that do 3-month program or 6-month. We do a whole year. So, because we know in 3 months time, you're going to be in a new place, and another 3 months, you're going to be a new place, and life is going to happen. Pandemic happens, all the types of things. So during those times in a whole year, you've got the tools and the support of the community, and 2 coaches, not 1, 2 coaches that you get. We were talking, somebody said, they're like, you guys are underpricing for 2 coaches. We know. We know, right? Because we want you to be able to come in and do the work with us. We want to make it affordable. We know what's going on with COVID. We know what's happening with the job situation. So we want to make it affordable. And if it's still something, give us a call. Maybe we can work something out, because we are committed to helping you. You went all the way through day 5, then we want to bring you in. We'll figure it out. We need to have that conversation. All right. So make sure you book a call with us.
Mm-hmm.
So rate yourself from 1 to 5. All right, Alexis, you want to take the next one?
Yeah. Just before we move on from heart is like what feels right. Like forget cost, investment, time. Like if in your heart, what is it telling you to do? Option A or B. Okay. Because then we're going to go to the head in a second. The next one is growth. So which would help you grow more in terms of skills, in terms of possibly your relationship as a person, your knowledge, your skill set. Option A, right? Going it alone, doing the things you've been doing, the tools that you already have, or taking what you've learned this week and using that. Or on a scale of 1 to 5, or B, finding a coach, joining a community. Where do you think you will find the most growth? Rate yourself 1 to 5 in both A and B. And then the last one is your head. Which option is logically the best choice for you? Which is the stronger yes? So this is where, what makes sense? What makes sense in your head? So emotions aside, you know your personal situation, you know what you have around you, you know the support that you have or the support that you're lacking. Logically, which one of these two options makes more sense? Which one is the stronger yes? Option A, keep doing what you're doing. Option B, join a community, get a coach, get that accountability and that support. And then once you've got that, you're going to total up your score for option A, count up all the option A numbers, and then do the same for option B.
Yeah, if you have less than 12 points on either one, then that's an automatic no. You can throw that one out. Now you know. Now you know. Now if you've scored more than 12 or one was higher than the other, then now you can look at, okay, so what is stopping you now? Look at what is stopping you now. And how invested are you in your goal and the life that you want to have? Because sometimes it's just a conversation. It could be just a conversation with yourself, could be a conversation with your spouse, colleague, could be a conversation with your mentor, could be a conversation with us. You never know who that conversation you'll have with that takes you to that next step to your reaching your goal. Our clients who have actually stepped into our community, they've expanded what their capabilities are. Like they've truly gone limitless. And do they have bad days? Do we have bad days? Absolutely. Absolutely. I had a moment yesterday. Something triggered me and I had a moment. Even today, this morning I had a moment. This was actually would have been my mother's birthday. She passed away. So I had a little bit of a moment, right? I'm allowed to. I'm a high performer. I'm not a robot. I have feelings. But I'm not going to let it set me back. I'm going to honor those feelings. I'm going to feel the feelings. And I'm going to move forward because I have things. Is it going to serve me to stay there? Is it going to serve me to stay there? I can allot a time that I can do. Sometimes I say, you know what, today I'm just going to take the day to grieve or whatever it is that I need to feel. I'm going to just take the day. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up. It's going to be a great day. When you tell yourself that actually out loud, your brain actually hears you and you'll be surprised. You'll wake up feeling fantastic. And if you've ever stayed up late and then said, oh my God, I'm going to be tired tomorrow. And you're saying that to yourself, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to feel tired. But if you're like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow feeling refreshed and amazing. I'm going to get a good 4 hours of sleep, whatever that is. You're going to wake up feeling refreshed. Your body actually listens to you and knows what to do to make that happen. That's what high performers have tapped into.
Absolutely. Our brains are powerful things.
Yes. So now that you know what direction you need to go, if for those of you are inquiring more about our community, want to know a little bit more, we talked about it yesterday, you can give us a call. We're also having a private Zoom call We're with Q's and A's. So we've taken a lot of your questions that you've had. We've been collecting them. So keep those questions coming. And we're going to have a private Zoom meeting with all of you, whoever wants to join. We will email you the Zoom link. It's going to be Sunday night. I believe it's 7 p.m. Should be on the banner on our Facebook now. I think it is. Yes, it is. It's, if you check the banner, we've replaced it now, so you know what's coming up this weekend. And it's 7 p.m. So check your emails. You will be getting a private Zoom link. It's only for those who have registered in the workshop, and those of you who have done the 5 days, for at least do end of day 4, and come join us and ask questions that you may have. Either about the course or about your goals, how to achieve them. If you're looking to, we are connected to a lot of people. We're also very connected with other coaches, believe it or not. So we do a lot of referrals. So if there's something that you're looking for in particular, we will refer you to a couple of people that you may look at interviewing and seeing if they would be aligned to your goals or to your values for whatever it is that you want to achieve for yourself. So take a look at that. Any questions? Let's see. Do we see any questions so far?
I love our team.
Yes.
Some of the comments here.
I'm just double checking, seeing if we missed. Yes.
Awesome. Well, I hope you guys have gotten a lot of value out of this week. Like we've said a number of times, stay tuned for the bonus sessions that are coming up over the weekend and into next week. We're bringing on our friends and experts in different areas to help shed some light on certain topics that you guys have told us that you're struggling with, or that are challenges, or that you just love some more information on. So we've kind of gone out into our network and found like the best of the best that we want to bring in so that they can share their experience, their expertise with you. So definitely check out that schedule. We've got one every day from now until Tuesday. Make sure that you are, you're going back into the units. If there's sessions that you want to watch, make sure you're taking those notes, filling out that notebook, because the videos will come down on Tuesday. We want to make sure you guys have enough time and that they're coming down, that you can go back and get everything else that you, may want to highlight or get out of the different sessions. And just, thank you for showing up this week. So many of you we've seen join us every single day. I know it's not always an option to come live, but we do see you when you watch the replay. We do see you when you're on the watch party with us. So I just want to take a second and absolutely honor you guys for investing this time, not to us, but to yourself, to take the time and say, and understand that, I'm going to take this hour, I'm going to take this 45 minutes and learn something that's going to help me. Maybe it's just a break away from your work or from just everyday life, and you're able to turn inward and think about what you want, what is going to fill your cup and allow you to live the best possible life there is. Because at the end of the day and at the end of our lives, that's what we're going to hope for. We're not going to remember that individual promotion. We're not going to remember that little, that little milestone that we achieved here or there. It's going to be a collection of how we feel every day, the relationships that we've had, the experiences that we've had, overall. And we want you guys to be in peak performance and being able to get yourself to that level sooner than later so that you can enjoy. If you haven't already, if you've been feeling really stressed, overwhelmed, burnt out, just all over the place, we want to help get you to a place where, not to say challenges won't happen, because they will, but you're able to have more good days than bad. You're able to win more days than you lose. And overall, you are living that life that you absolutely love. So thank you again for being here with us all week. Stay with us throughout the weekend and into next week. Slide into our DMs, book the call. We're here to chat with you, to help guide you, support you in any way that you need.
Yeah, so it's not on the banner, but I think it's at 5:00 this evening, we will have one of our clients on. They're going to tell you about their journey through our program. So you can ask questions at that point, right? We'll have that tomorrow and Saturday at 2:30 p.m. We have Andrew Lawless tomorrow, who is an executive coach, talking about becoming confident and influential. So you may want to join into that live, and you can ask questions there. That's at 2:30 tomorrow Eastern. And right after that, to follow, we will have another client come on and share her journey in just the short 6 weeks that she's been in our program, like what impact it has had on her health, her business, her relationship, her life. I mean, she's so excited. She's like, I have to come talk. So she's going to come and talk at 3:30 right after Andrew on Saturday. Sunday, we have Vanessa McConkey. She is a career coach. She's going to talk about tackling work from home struggles. So if those of you who have children that are doing virtual learning and you're trying to do your job, or you feel like you're working endless hours because you have nothing else to do but to work, and now it's probably expected because everybody else is working all the time, how to create those boundaries, how to get through those, work from home struggles. So really important, 2:30 on Sunday. Then that same evening at 7 p.m. is when we have our private Zoom call that you get to join us face-to-face, ask all your questions. We'll walk you through what our program looks like, what you're going to get, what does the session look like, how many sessions we have, what time of day. We'll go through answer all your questions that you have about that, okay? Then Monday, again, we will have a master business coach come in talking about causing radical results at 1:30 Eastern. It's on the banner if you don't remember, but it's on the banner on the group. And then on that, I think that same day before that call, we may have a testimonial come in on their own, do a live for you. So do a surprise pop-up live for you and tell you a little bit about their journey. Actually, it's actually our VP of Sales and Marketing, Daniela, who joined our team. She's phenomenal, like grew drastically in the short time she was in our program. And it's just a matter of 6 months. And we actually brought her on. We're like, we're expanding. We'd love to have you. And she said yes. And she's going to talk to you about her journey. Okay. And Tuesday, we have Rachel, who is I can't see the thing, a transformational or a therapist coach?
She's a wellness coach, and she deals with tapping into your subconscious. And she's I had a fascinating conversation with her. I'm actually so excited for her. I'm excited for all of them, but she is really interesting. If you love that conversation about your subconscious, and she actually works with individuals in two capacities, in the whole realm of those limiting beliefs in terms of blocking your own success and things that maybe have happened to us in our past that have shaped how we now look at situations. She helps you break through that. She also helps individuals who are dealing with physical issues, illnesses, and sometimes they are related to or exacerbated by our subconscious, and helping to block. She's helped people with autoimmune diseases, get results that physicians and other healthcare providers have not been able to get. She is such an interesting person to talk to. So if that interests you, definitely tune in on Tuesday. Very, very interesting conversation to be had with Rachel.
Right. So it's not over till it's over.
Ah.
So you thought it was just going to be 5 days. We're going to give you more because we really enjoyed the energy that you brought, the work that you did. So we're giving you more. Why? Because that's just who we are. We're very committed to making sure we make an impact in this world. We create that limitless accelerator, or Limitless Leaders Accelerator program in this community, creating that. And look, I mean, you have done a great work this week, and we've seen the homework. And if you know of anybody who could benefit from this, invite them into our community. It's not too late. They can watch all of the replays that are up here. They can watch all of the replays that are in the unit section. So if you've missed anything, you can go right through the unit section and watch them. Repeat if you want to. If you just said, oh, I caught some of this, I want to go back, repeat and watch them again. I know a lot of you binge watchers will probably do that over the weekend. I know whenever I'm in workshops, that's what I do on the weekends, catch up. And then that way you can fast forward the first 10 minutes when we're just like, hey, hi, whatever, and get right to the meat of the live itself. All right, everyone, thank you so much. We will see you again live at 5 p.m. with our client. and we're going to talk about her journey and answer any questions that you may have. And then again, we'll see you again several times over the next few days. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.